You leader.
Good morning, everyone. This is the Fresh Blood Tournament.
All right. Looks like we got a bit of a complication here. I guess nothing's going on. In the bottom right, with teal as his color, is GooSE.
And on the upper left is Cryptic.
Okay, so I guess Cryptic's kind of taking his time, figuring out where to plant his depot. Okay, down it goes. Well, meanwhile, GooSE's gateway has already gotten started. And out goes GooSE's probe right now, and it's going to string its way along to Cryptic's base. Wow, Cryptic really doesn't like that ramp. He's bent on walling it. And finally, down goes his barracks.
But his probe will be coming to his way, and there is a possible harassment on the way.
Indeed, here comes the probe now, and
He just walked by.
Okay. Yep, he goes around, checks on the gas, sees one being taken. Yep, probe just having a nice little stroll in the Terran base.
Meanwhile, in the Protoss base, a cybernetics core is already on the way. Second gas also planted, including the expansion.
Cryptic plants another barracks as the probe continues to take a leisurely dance and foxtrot around the Terran base.
And the probe
And it finally goes up for one SCV.
Yep. Starting to zap away the SCV. Will the probe get the kill? Nope. Both bunkers are at the ramp. Lower ramp. Meanwhile, the probe is being chased away. Do you notice their leg placement?
Well, I guess he doesn't know better. He or rather isn't going to bother trying to shoot away those bricks yet. Down goes his command center.
To have
In the meantime, GooSE has a healthy head start on that expansion at his natural.
his expansion just completed. There's no probe transfer yet.
Cryptic gets an engineering bay, and out comes his first Reaper.
Our stalkers start to chase away the SCV as well. One marine bravely shooting away to the stalker.
Yeah, that's just not gonna work. Wow, this stalker's putting in a lot of work here.
Second marine down.
And the stalker heads up and denies another SCV. And probably will be able to deny this bunker too.
There's 5 kills total.
One more stalker coming in.
The Reaper still... He's just hanging out there. Okay. Meanwhile, the marines start to come out again. No cancel.
Look at this marine taking on the mentor and the disciple stalker.
Meanwhile, the Reaper start to do some damage on the mineral line. 3 workers to 1 kill. Okay, that's job done for the Reaper. Meanwhile, these 2 stalkers are hanging out at the third base of Terran.
Okay, GooSE has gone into a Twilight tech with robo support.
Good catch, I did not saw that.
And Blink has begun spinning up on the Twilight Council.
Meanwhile, these 2 stalkers are working his way to kill some SCV.
Oh, come on, put them in the bunker, dude. No!
This marine still lucky to escape.
Stalkers have begun working on the CC, not in a rush to get into the Terran base. Okay, the Marines managed to shoo the Stalkers away, but 2 more come in to join them.
And the Observer is on the way as well. So let us see what Terran have now. Marines in production. 4 at a time. Without steam, no marauder, but there's a +1 weapon infantry. This ain't gonna work.
Okay, the 4 Marines against 4 Stalkers. Okay, he managed to pick one off, but he loses all of his Marines in the process.
Yeah, and Protoss have confidently think that he's in good position to expand to 3rd base. The 4th Stalker's reinforcements come back. There's a lot of Marines, but it ain't gonna do much without steam. 8 Marines maybe can kill all these 4 Stalkers, but Blink is coming out, and there's
2 more
another 2
Stalkers join the
Stalkers coming
party.
in. Yeah.
Alright, we got an Instructor Stalker that's the most injured one with the yellow HP bar. Let's see who's going. Oh, there goes the Blink,
away.
And he'll be able to walk away and regen those shields right now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, GooSE has happily taken the 3rd base, and he's continuing to macro up.
Well, his natural is oversaturated.
His forgers are spinning, and he's got the Zealot Links coming up next.
The chrono is not being used, but there's a gateway explosion. 4 more gateway, 5 gateways.
Meanwhile, GooSE has a Ghost Academy, and now he's producing some Reapers instead.
One Reaper along with the mass Marines they have. Oh, these Stalkers cannot break in. Meanwhile, a robotics base also on the way. Is it possible for Colossus? Look at the gas. Oh, 3 gas. 3 gas taken, but the 4th gas not yet being collected. But he's still building assimilators, so it's highly possible it's for the Colossus tech. The Stalkers,
Well, the
meanwhile,
Robo's actually gone quiet in it for the time being.
Yeah, but the Stalkers still try to harass the defense line of Cryptic.
Cryptic shuffles another bunker closer to the entrance to his natural at last. Meanwhile, things are nice and peaceful for now as GooSE takes the 4th base.
And his +1 armor and weapon is almost completed.
Oh dude, that bunker's burning down. He needs to repair that if he wants to continue standing.
Oops.
Meanwhile, the factory has gone up for Cryptic, and it's got a reactor spinning up.
No, he's not going to repair it. He's just going to abandon it. Too late.
Oh, he tried to repair it, but it burns down before the SCV arrives. Very unfortunate.
The Terran supply is low. GooSE is like more than half army supply. More than half army supply, including workers, while his observer watching everything. Let's see his point of view.
His robotics port bay is being quiet at the moment, so it's not doing anything. Meanwhile, the fight breaks out at a Terran's natural. And it looks like GooSE is just going to overrun Cryptic with superior upgrades, macro, and tech.
Yes, and along with 2 Immortals, it will bash any stuffs the Terran have. The Terran still try to mark her up. No SCV evacuate.
Down goes GooSE's natural CC. That is not pleasant to experience.
And there's another warp-ins. Blink
and
in.
he blinks up into Cryptic's main. It's not a clean blink, but it'll do the job.
Yeah. So the game is quite over from this time onwards. And Cryptic calls for the GG. So game 1 go to GooSE. In the meantime, please give me a moment. I need to set the settings a bit. Uh, a critic requests a change race. I do not think it's in our rulebook. Let me change. Let me see again. Okay, I'm going to load the game 2, which is Thunderbird. Melee, Thunderbird, create with mod, WCS Game Heart. Okay, game 2 is loading up. I'll switch the scene. Ah, unranked player versus a platinum player. That might explains the skill difference on both of these players. Okay, let's go in the game. Upper left is taking one game just now. His name is GooSE.
In the bottom right, Cryptic, who is now behind GooSE in one game.
And he built a supply depot is in not on the ramp but it's inside the base. Meanwhile, GooSE also up to not going for a wall ramp, decided to build a pylon inside the base as well.
Alright, GooSE has sent his probe out into the map and it's heading towards Cryptic. Meanwhile, Cryptic has actually has decided to go for barracks instead of the double supply depot first build. And he's getting a gas as well.
So Thunderbird
Now,
LE. Yeah, you proceed first.
Yeah, you go on. We were going to say the same thing.
Okay, for Thunderbird LE, you all will notice there is a mineral patches in the middle of these maps. So this concept was being taken from Broodwall itself, where each patch of this mineral can be mined out immediately by a worker. So it will open up a path for you to have a new routes for either expansion or possible take a small shortcuts.
Indeed, or they could possibly be left there as a wall, but you can't really stop your opponent from doing that if they really want to.
Yes. So we have an expansion coming up from GooSE. Meanwhile,
Cryptic wants to feel safe and has added bunkers at the top of his ramp.
yeah, 2 bunkers on top of the ramp. So without blinks, I don't think any Protoss can just waltz inside it. Warp Gates research is on the way. I do not see any tech come out yet. What's his tech choice? Oh, he's low on gas, so we might have to wait a bit. Meanwhile, the probes managed to escape from the Marine. And the expansion for Cryptic is on the way as well.
Alright, here comes the first stalker of GooSE, then he's began to trundle across the map.
Cryptic finally shoot away the debris.
Yeah, and he's got a little SCV at the 7 o'clock expansion at the bottom left of the map.
Yeah, maybe possible for a proxy. The probe managed to run back. Okay, Twilight Council is on the way for GooSE. Probe transfer also on the way.
And the stalker has breached the natural of Cryptic.
So, 2 Marines not going to queue.
The stalker has begun to take some hull damage and is begun to retreat and shoot a bit.
Yeah.
Alright, it makes it out of there. A Marine cannot catch a stalker without stim support.
However, his expansion is safe for now. Second stalker is also on the way. Marine production is not slowing down at all. So in fact, he might able to pull this off if 2 stalkers try to combat this Marines group.
Meanwhile, he's gone up to factory tech as well to back up the Marines. And his natural's operating smoothly for now.
So unless the 2 Marines shows up now, okay. He decided to pull back to bunkers, so leaving his expansion open.
In the meantime, GooSE has gone up for a Twilight tech between Blink and Robo support.
He might repeat the first game strategy. He
okay, Cryptic has lifted off his natural command center and
wait, is it moving?
It's headed to that SCV in the bottom left.
Third bunker on the way. I think this CC is going to down.
Yeah, it's not going. It's going to hit the burn zone now, and it's on fire. It's going to start losing life, despite the fact that it's flying.
Well, it managed to escape from the stalkers, but I wonder how long. Yeah, this building going to burn down. Meanwhile, he decided to build another CC, a ninja base.
Right, the CC is now flying towards GooSE's 3 bases. I'm sorry, I just can't.
Do you think this CC
and the
can make
observer
it?
sees the CC having a house on fire as well.
Okay, meanwhile, Stalkers is still chilling on the second base of Cryptic. I heard
and
tank
he's gotten
is ready.
a tank tech to at least try to flush or hold his main line better. Okay, up comes the Stalker to the ramp, and it's gonna be showered with Marine fire. It turns away. Oh, the command center makes it to GooSE's base before it burns down spectacularly.
But did he see anything? He does not see anything. Not the natural, not even third base. So he have 2 tanks. GooSE can see the high ground position of the tanks. So,
yes, he is an observer there in surveillance mode.
So he can't. I don't think he'll blink in. Yeah, he won't blink in. He just want to check out where's the expansion. But he have no idea there is a base at the 7 o'clock position.
Meanwhile, GooSE is healthily churning along his +1's armor and weapons. Zealot Legs is on the way again, and an Immortal is ready to emerge from the robotics facility.
And GooSE wondering where is his possible ninja base expansion. He start to look
oh, he has 3 Stargates at his 3rd base.
Wow, he's going for which
Oh, he's got
build?
the ninja base. The low health stalker has made it to the ninja base.
Oh, this is unfortunate. +1 weapon, +1 armor, and charge is ready for the Protoss. And he's marching on it immediately. These two SCV is just cross walking the Protoss army. Does this Stalkers also decided not to shoot them?
And down goes the ninja base CC.
Yeah, and his supply blocked.
He's turned his main command center into the planetary. That's a pretty good defensive tool.
He has armory as well.
Well, I guess we could take this as one of those campaign missions where you can kind of have to try to survive, but that's just not how things work here in player versus player in StarCraft 2.
GooSE is having fun. He's taking up to Fleet Beacon. There is possible Tempest or Carrier coming out.
Yes, indeed. He has forgone the robotics support for this particular round if compared to his last game.
Yeah. And this SCV is still lucky at the 7th o'clock position, while GooSE army is made its way to the 3 o'clock position to check out potential base there. Unfortunately, there is nothing there.
GooSE is very diligent on his ground upgrades. Level 2 weapons and level 2 armor will be finishing in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, and attempt to build another ninja base as 7 o'clock position has been denied. And he tried to build a ninja base as well at the 3 o'clock position, but it was denied as well.
And GooSE has elected for the Tempest path of the Fleet Beacon Tech instead of the carriers.
It's possible want to shoot the tanks. Meanwhile, the bunkers are empty now. And he's making more tanks. Vehicle weapon 1, infantry weapon +1 is also on the way.
GooSE is so diligent on his upgrades. He chronoed the level 2 out and he's gotten started on level 3 weapons and armor for ground units. His cybernetics core is now spinning away and it's also working on air weapons level 1.
Yeah. His Nexus energy is quite low, so he's quite good in macroing up. So GooSE army is marching on the field. 3 Tempest is very good enough to take down anything Terran have, even on the high ground.
2 more Tempests pop, followed by an Oracle. He's probably going to use that to tag and give his Tempest vision to shell from a distance.
I do not see Oracles, but that...
Oh, here they come, right in the middle of the map.
I see.
Joining up with the main army now and this is a scary late game Protoss army to look at as a Terran player.
Yeah. So heads up, Marines. Shoot away the Marines. Oh no. Hold position.
Those zealots are like, yeah, just sure. Just let us hit us, alright? We want to watch the Tempest shoot you guys. Okay, and the Stalkers finally move on to take some shots to clear the last of the Marines out.
And the Stalkers eat some tank shots. Revelation drop down.
Yep, he can pick away at the tanks now. That door is not enough to provide any long-term support to shoo away the Tempest. Oh, the Thors themselves are also tagged, and they are stuck in the base because of the siege tanks and the bunkers at the main ramp into GooSE's base, but Cryptic is being broken into by GooSE.
Yeah, the Stalkers just waltz in and Immortals start to shoot away the bunkers.
The planetary does its best, but it goes down as well. Cryptic taps out. GG.
GG games.